In the original Cinderella story, the part that always got me screeching to a halt was the mice turning into horses. Like, wait, whoa. We can just turn stuff into horses in this story? Why do we even need a prince? Let's just go around turning stuff into horses, and then we'll really live happily ever after. Hi, I'm Michelle from Unicorn and Centaur, and welcome to another Equestrian Film review, where I analyze a mainstream movie from an equestrian perspective. In this episode, I will be analyzing the movie Ever After, starring an adorable Drew Barrymore and a clearly high Doug Ray Scott. Seriously, every scene, he looks like he just burned one in his trailer right before shooting. Oh my god. Spoiler alert, if you have not seen this movie, just go do it. The film begins correctly, with horses. A matched pair pulls a carriage up to a castle and the ponies are so shiny and pretty, oh my god. It's weird that they're trotting though. I guess that's just because it looks fancy, but I have been in several different kinds of horse-drawn carriages on brick-paved roads, and that is a bone-shattering, teeth-rattling experience. If these people drive like this all the time, I would not be surprised if they break carriage wheels every other day. The brothers Grimm then have an unfortunately horse-free conversation with Lady Exposition, who explains to them that they're about to hear the real Cinderella story. Also, hey, can we talk about how sexy this old lady's voice is? I mean, seriously, she's like purring. It's amazing.
Now then, what is that phrase you use?
Anyway, now we're flashing back to the story, and now there's this whole opening scene with more horses and more trotting and more galloping. Oh my gosh. Why are these people going so fast? Did they run those horses like that all day? How did they not lose any wheels or break the wooden shafts on their carriage going so fast? Okay, already we're like 5 minutes into this movie and the horses are galloping everywhere and I have anxiety. The father's horse gets to rest for like a second when dude drops off to the side like a sack of wet meat. Then we fast forward in time so Drew Barrymore can be in the movie. This part starts with the prince escaping his castle tower in the middle of the night and galloping his horse off into the woods. Wait, where's he going? I mean, I get he doesn't want to have his arranged marriage, but where does he think he's escaping to? What is the purpose of this midnight flight? I mean, they've got the royal guard after him and everything. Literally, the only reason this scene exists is so that we can have the meet cute just a minute later in the orchard where our heroine throws apples at the prince for stealing their horse. Also, Prince Red Eye says his horse lost a shoe. Well, okay, maybe quit galloping him around everywhere. Oh my gosh. After the adorableness, we get a plot complication involving the prince, a band of Romani thieves, Leonardo da Vinci, and yes, dozens more galloping horses. This is actually a car chase scene, but you might not have recognized that because it's on horseback. Prince Dude chases down Romani Dude to save the Mona Lisa. Yay! And all this insanity has just been to introduce our fairy godmother character and to show what a good person the prince is really deep down. Okay, aside, I don't know if this is a sound editor note or a writer note, but all of these horse chase scenes where the riders are just screaming "yeah" over and over again have got me all worked up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh my god, it's so over the top. Stop. Speaking of over the top, I don't know if y'all have noticed by now, but every single actor in this movie is absolutely chewing the scenery. Before we even can catch our breaths, Prince Henry returns the stolen horse, then goes back to the castle to have a second meet cute with our girl. It is at this point in the movie where I start to wonder where everything is in relation to everything else. Like, what is the geography here? Is the farm in the castle's backyard? How is this all happening in one day? Do these people know how long it takes to travel distances on horseback? Oh, maybe that's why the horses have to run everywhere. Okay, y'all, 30 minutes into this movie and we have our very first shot of a walking horse. It was so shocking and out of place, I was like, whoa. But, I mean, he only took a few steps before he stopped so the humans could have their scene, so. This is one of only 2 times in the entire film that we see horses moving at anything less than a brisk trot. After this, the movie goes a long time before horsing again. I hardly notice though, because everyone just continues to act so hard that it's really impossible to get bored. There were occasional galloping horses throughout the middle of the film, but it was only when the plot needed to be moved forward. Like the scene halfway through where the prince beats Danielle to her house, despite the fact that she's on foot and he's on a galloping horse and had a head start. Okay, what is the geography and scale here? 1 hour in, Finally, a broken carriage wheel. I done told y'all. This is the most realistic thing to happen so far in the movie, but they did not do it for realism purposes. They just did it to further the plot so our heroes can have a callback scene with the Romani people. By the way, oh my god, the Romani leader gives them a horse because Danielle made them laugh, and I need to know where you can get this kind of deal. Asking for a friend. Okay, kids, it is time for the ball. They had this unicorn centerpiece that was like rocking up and down, and it was seriously extra, and I am 100% here for that. Also, more people should have been dressed as horses and unicorns. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, let's address the fairy godmother in the room. I am seriously in love with the fact that they made Leonardo da Vinci the fairy godmother character in this story. However, there is no way that my dude had time to make those wings, and there is also no way that my girl sat in that carriage wearing them. We all know how this ends, happily ever after. There's a couple more scenes of galloping horses to make our point. So enough synopsis, let's talk horsemanship. First of all, let's talk about the riders. Every rider who sat a horse in this movie looked good. Like either they already rode or they took lessons before shooting began. I saw lots of quiet legs, lots of deep seats. I didn't see anybody flopping around or any stupid hands. None of the horses seemed irritated with their riders. It was so nice not to be distracted by really crappy riding. Now let's talk tack. I am drooling over some of this tack. Those wide colored leather bridles are just so beautiful. There was like a different one on each horse in each scene, and I'm like, I want it. The barding that drapes over the horse's rump and goes down. I wonder if this tack was pre-existing or if it was custom made for this film. I would not be surprised if it was the latter because the human costumes in this movie are absolutely stunning. So I would not be surprised if the horse costumes got that much attention to detail. The saddles are a bit weird. The cantles on the back are enormous. I want to know how Prince's hairstyle dismounts so easily with a cantle that high. He didn't even look like he was flinging his leg over there. Y'all. As for the horses themselves, all of them were shiny and fat and looked healthy and content. Despite all the dramatics and the galloping, these are really healthy, beautiful horses. But what about the use of the horses in the film? Does the film itself practice good horsemanship? Personally, this is just a personal gripe, I got annoyed with all the galloping and the trotting. It made me wonder how long the horses were worked and how many takes it took to get each shot. And I feel like it kind of glorifies what is fairly heavy work for horses. Romanticizes it, makes it look easy. When in fact, trotting and cantering and galloping is hard for both horse and rider. That having been said, I really can't say this is bad horsemanship on the film's part, especially since I know there are all kinds of laws in place that keep animals safe on movie sets in the modern day. This is an absolutely beautiful and well-crafted film. If you ignore the anachronisms in the speech and take the over-the-top acting as part of the larger-than-life fairy tale vibe, then you're going to enjoy watching. What was your favorite part of the movie ever after? Mine was the wedding scene where the Spanish princess cannot stop sobbing throughout the entire thing. I laughed so hard during that scene every time I nearly wet my pants. Are there any mainstream films that have horses in them that you'd like me to review next? Leave a comment below and let me know. Special thanks and shout out to my girl Rebecca for suggesting this one. Thank you for watching my video today. If you'd like more videos for extra equestrians, then join our magical herd. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram. There's also more videos floating around my head that you can click on and get to watching more videos. More videos!